Hey guys, so here bringing you another episode of Unranked to Diamond, the series I take a Smurf account, Fish account, never played rank before, and show you the adventure to Diamond. Now we return, obviously not as a live commentary, and while the early game is going on, I just thought to explain what happened. This is not intentional, nothing, well, technically something did go corrupt again, but for a different reason. I had a power cut in this episode, and this commentary will eventually transition into a live commentary. Basically, live commentating. Around the 25, 26 minute mark, I had a power cut. Power goes out, I have to go put the power back on, I come back, and I start recording again, and then you guys will watch from then on. So I'm not going to spoil anything there. It's a bit disorientating, because I'm like, what the hell just happened? So I'm a little bit like, all over the place. But I just thought, without wasting it, again, doing the exact same thing that happened to the Fizz episode, I'll do a replay for like the first 25 minutes, and then will be the live commentary for the remaining part of the game. So we're playing Lux, versus Azir. And in this commentary, and again, it's annoying that good commentaries a lot of the time become corrupt or have a power cut. We were answering the question, why play Lux when there is Xerath? So we'll talk about that in this post-game commentary, and I'll probably be able to talk about it more when I'm not actually playing the game. But basically, Lux is what I'd call, and I have called them a little bit, the training wheel champions. So these are champions that are generally quite easy, and you could probably think of a better version of that champion that may be just a little bit harder to play. So Annie, most mid laners count as probably a little bit better. Garen, Master Yi, Tryndamere, all these champions, and Lux, all these champions do their job fairly well. You can get away with playing them, but there is probably another champion in League, at least one champion in League, that is just kind of the better version. And Xerath is that for Lux. What I'll also do is, wrong button, I'll get rid of the chat because that was just being distracting. So Xerath is basically that for Lux. They both do poke. They both have some CC. You know, Lux has her Q. Xerath has his E. But you could argue Xerath is generally better at the job that they do, and that is poke damage and sieging. Why? Couple things. One, Xerath just generally does do more damage. Secondly, all of his abilities are damage orientated, where Lux, obviously one of her abilities, her W, is a shield, so it doesn't do damage, so Xerath just does more damage as well as that. And he's more rewarding if you land your spells. Like, if you add up all the numbers, and again, this is partially like, you know, doing damage, but when you look at like sieging options, Lux, all of her abilities go in the same direction when you land them, whereas Xerath, if you're ulting, you kill a target, you can swap to a different target and ult that person instead. So that's something Lux can't do. In top lane, we will have a little look while nothing's happening in mid lane. Tamkench does go down. Gragas does have to flash, but then gets a kill for himself. So at least, you know, Renekton dies. But from memory, I played this game about an hour and a half ago. The Tamkench said he didn't know Renekton had Ignite. Always look at what summoners people have. I've been caught out by it, so I can't act like I'm innocent to this. But especially if they're like a Renekton or something like a snowballing top laner, make sure you know what they have. Bot lane, by the way, went for a bit of a dive. They do dive and get the Caitlyn. I will say just right now, the Caitlyn had an interesting playstyle, which was, yeah... Basically, she didn't help herself because she doesn't... Like, what I'll say with the Caitlyn straight away is she's bad at prioritizing auto-attack targets. In 2v2 fights and stuff like this, she kept auto-attacking the Braum when the Kog'Maw was available. Another dive happening. So far, my bot lane... And he survives. Both dead, and both of them were dives before 5 minutes. So right now, I'm in mid lane, going... This ain't good. You know, my farm is a bit lower because obviously getting, you know, commentating and that, and I'm just like, kind of, what am I going to do? But then, you know, Gragas boy here kind of goes, right, let's go top lane again, which I say is risky. He just hit level 4, was level 3 going for the gank, uses his barrel, does miss it technically, but has it's like zoning, and they do end up getting the kill. Bottom lane, the enemy bottom lane is pretty low, but Caitlyn has got low health again. So as mid lane, I'm kind of thinking, what can I do? Jax, we can see, is coming down on the minimap if you can, so I'm going to start making my way over, you know, still farming on the way. See if I can get potentially something, get the E to slow him. He jumps on the Gragas to try to get away, hit my shield and my Q, and we managed to probably pick up this Jax kill. Gragas gets it. Odo obviously loved it, but oh well. Now, part of the questioning that I was doing in the live commentary was asking myself, was Lux a good idea? Is even Lux good for solo queue? And the way that I want to word it is compare her to, again, Xerath. Xerath you can win lane on Xerath. I win lane very often on that champion. I can poke people down, I can punish them. Does Lux do the exact same thing? And obviously, I'm not a massive Lux player. I used to be a couple seasons ago, and then I found Xerath. But not really. She doesn't have the same oomph that Xerath does, I find. Because a lot of the time on Lux, you've got to decide who you want to attack. Like, you do AoE damage, but it's not a straight line that can go through the whole minion wave. With Xerath, if you hit your Q and it goes through the whole minion wave, and you also manage to get the enemy champion, well, then you're pushing and getting damage on the enemy. With Lux, you can do similar, but not as much. You can probably get 3 or 4 minions with your E and hit the enemy champion. So there's just some differences like there. So basically, I'm ulting. Oh, if you're why did I ult? I ulted on purpose to stop him not basing. Because part of having lane control is not letting people base when they want to base. Every single person in League has a plan in mind, while Tam gets a solo kill in top lane. Every single person in League has a plan in mind, and when you stop that plan, it disrupts them, and it kind of puts them like, oh god, what do I do? And that plan can be as simple as, I'm going to go back and buy, I'm going to buy this item, I'll get back to lane. And if you're stopping that, it makes them kind of go, ah, god, they stopped me. Always try to stop people if it's a good time to do it. If you've got an item advantage, it's a good time to stop them. I did hit him, and I thought I didn't actually make him go back, by the way. I was like, I didn't make him go back. It did stop him. We just lost vision. And obviously, the benefit of having a replay version than a live commentary, we just saw in the minimap, he just spam pinged help. He's asking for help. I obviously don't know that. I didn't know that at the time. But I'm just applying as much pressure as I can. And this is where I get the CS advantage, is outplaying in the base. So we were down on farm when I based, and now we're up on farm by the time he gets back to lane. Bot lane, by the way, we'll watch it because Azir's gone back to buy now. They are struggling versus a Kog'Maw. Again, Kog'Maw is not an early game champion, so this is a little bit of a worry to see, but Leona gets a nice little stun on him, and he flew close to the sun, and he does go down. Gragas hit level 6 from that, ults the Braum back towards the tower, get him away from safety, and they do pick up both kills, which is great. Let's move actually those two around, and there we go. But yeah, so part of my decision making on Lux will be kind of try to just kind of have a nice lane phase, don't put myself behind in the early, and just get to mid-late game. The one benefit I will say Lux has potentially over Azir is the amount of times you can use your ultimate. I think Lux's cooldown with maximum cooldown reduction, No, I didn't take Ultimate Hat. Ultimate Hat actually might be worth taking, by the way. But your Ultimate is going to be around a 30-ish second cooldown. It might be a bit less, it might be a little bit more. Around 30 seconds. That's ridiculously low. And it does a hell of a lot of damage. So if you are constantly landing them, that damage is going to add up and add up and add up and add up. Whereas Azir, the damage is more, but it's less often. So that's just worth pointing out very much so. Kog'Maw's items, again, I can't always pay attention to a live commentary, so me doing a replay now, I'm learning stuff. Why does he have 2 recurve bows? It's a unique passive. Having 2 of them means nothing. You may as well get a Zeal or something if you want more attack speed. Or Berserker boots. So that's odd to see. But now I think I decided from now on I'm going to try and go for a bit more poke on the Azir. Generally try to keep him around half health, because half health is roughly my kill area. If I get him to half health and I get a good ultimate on him, I can potentially kill him. Meanwhile, top lane do get a kill. I want to focus on mid lane right now because there is stuff happening. Double kill for Gragas, and that's really good for us. But yeah, I'm staying on mid lane because I am trying to, as you can see, constantly look for poke. Ultimate! And I remember that. So we do get a kill, and I want to pause it just to make something very clear. If it would actually pause, that'd be great. They get dove again and do die. It's not pausing. Is it broken? Okay, it can't pause apparently. Maybe the replay is broken. It is actually bugging out quite a lot more than it used to. But that Azir, how did he die? Well, if you look over here, he's got both summoners. He's got Barrier and Flash. In the live commentary, I made the point that dude was trying to be too flashy for his own good. He was trying to play mechanically where he should have played simply. And that happens to a lot of people in League of Legends, especially Lee Sin players. A lot of Lee Sin players go, I have to insect when they could just kick. Like, you don't have to always insect, you can just kick them and they're dead. Where that Azir tried to go for like his movement, he could have just barriered, he could have just flashed, and he would have survived. So sometimes playing more basic is the best way to play. Meanwhile, Gragas is back in bot lane, by the way, trying to get a kill. Caitlyn's on her way back. Not really... should have probably just kept running for an auto attack, but Gragas does pick up the kill. I'm potentially looking for a roam. Do get like some nice damage. Overall, pretty good trade. Caitlyn picks up a kill on Brom, so we're just over half health, and I think we just got him around under half health. So a positive trade nonetheless. Our item build is changing. So because I got that solo kill, which I wasn't expecting to get, we get another nice Q on him. Every little helps. I wasn't expecting to get that kill, which has now given me more confidence in only myself to get the kill, but it's actually made me less confident about the Azir. It's made me go, he's not that good. So I'm going to try and punish that by going a greedy build. So I could have just tried to finish the Morellonomicon, but why finish the Morellonomicon when I can go into a needlessly large rod and look for more kill pressure? I do go for the kill, but unfortunately his E gives him a shield, if I'm not mistaken, when he travels. So he got the shield just off in time. So that's a bit demoralizing because that should have been a kill, but it was close. My bot lane, unfortunately, do overextend. They do get the dragon a few seconds earlier, though, so that's good. But they do overextend, and they give Kog'Maw another kill. Again, odd build. I don't know if he meant to do that or what, but anyway. Unfortunately, obviously, we do use Flash to try and get the kill. We got his barrier, but it's still a good situation. We're now out farming. We've got a lot more pressure. Jax is now covering the lane. So overall, it's going fine. So, by the way, starting the game, I was nervous. In a few instances, mainly top lane, because, you know, he died early and was like, I didn't know he had Ignite. So that's never going to make you feel great, is it? You're like, But then, the Renekton is now 1 and 4. Okay, so this is actually where I want to point out, look at Caitlyn's auto attacks. Brom. She's not attacking Kog'Maw. At least, she attacked 4 or 5 times there, and at least 3 of them was in range for Kog'Maw. Then she flashes directly on top of him, gonna kill the Brom, and then the Kog'Maw should end up dying as well. So I just want to make that point very clear. Again, it's not the highest of rating. I came in, Leona did take the kill, because I was like, I've got to help them. But I know it's not the highest rating, so I can't expect that crazy amount of good play, but focus the right target. At least, if you're an AD carry, the minimum thing you can do is attack the right target. I panic here, because I was completely focused on commentating, and I was probably explaining the exact same point. So when Azir showed up, I was like, so yeah, that unfortunately is for me. And I will say, I'm actually looking forward to when I actually have the power cut in this replay, because I have no idea what happened. One person, which you'll see when it goes to live, said I got a kill or something. So I'll be like, oh, did I get a kill? Anyway, Gragas is coming for it. Nice E hit. Hide it behind the minion. Gragas ult gets him away from his travel time. Get an E. Go for the snipe. Boom. And we get the kill, which is nice because he just used the flash previously. So that's, again, nice kill. Good gank by Gragas. And a lot of people who have watched the channel for a while make a point. Because you've mentioned before, you don't like when people especially go like AP Gragas. What about this one? I did make that point in this game, that on average, it's a bad thing to do. It's not your job to do damage as Gragas jungle, but there is a caveat to that. If you are the strongest person in your team, you are getting the most fed, then you do have a responsibility to carry. And Gragas' best way of carrying, if he's the one that is strong, is building damage. So he has gone for the runic, and he is getting Sheen. That's all fine, because he is 6, 1, and 4. So if he went pure tank, then it may be a less of an impact, where he actually needs to have a lot of carry potential. Bot lane again. Gragas come in for another gank, gets a 1 kill. Gonna go for a second on Brom. Would be nice if he does give some of these kills to the Caitlyn. Gives 1, which is great. But the bot lane, from memory, I just want to kind of say the enemy bot lane is duo Q. For some reason, the Kog'Maw is in like high gold, and he was put in this game. But I think it's because he was duo Q with the Brom that's in like low silver or mid silver. Okay, so Azir is overstaying. I'll talk about the bot lane again in a second. Gragas does a nice thing of trying to give me the kill, but then randomly Azir barriers, but dies anyway, so it's like, oh, okay, no kill for me, but he used barrier, so that's wasted. But the enemy bot lane was actually kind of toxic. Pretty toxic, actually. They were typing in all chat, making fun of the Caitlyn. I think it was the Caitlyn they're making fun of, and then kind of being really cocky, and that annoyed the Gragas. That annoyed the Gragas to the point of going, I want to kill you a lot. So Gragas just started going bot lane when they started typing in all chat. And this is why I say, don't type in all chat, because it's just going to make people want to kill you, and they will kill you. So yeah, Renekton's going for an all-in play on the Gragas. Gets an ult away, going to try and survive. Nearly doesn't. Very close with his passive to get the healing there. We get the mid lane tower, nothing much more, but we did obviously get the Jax before that. Me, unfortunately, misses for our Caitlyn. But yeah, so far, so good. We are 203 at the moment. If we look into the gold, that doesn't even work. It's like my keyboard has stopped working. Because X is usually the keybind for that. Nope, it will not work. Can't look at the gold. So I'm not going to touch anything. I don't want to break anything because replays are a little bit dodgy. I've tried to bring back the replay analysis series recently. They don't want to work. So I have no idea what's going on. It just seems like either my keyboard is broke, which, no, it doesn't seem to be. Oh, now it works. It was like I'm not recognizing the keyboard. Find a Renekton, find a Jax. I'm screaming, eat me. So he does eat me, throws me away, which is a bit weird to his positioning. He would have been good if he actually got in the way. Jax thought I was dead, but I get my W off, go for a full combo, leave the Tahm Kench alone, and he will actually pick up the kill. That was a very close survival by me, and part of it was because Jax thought I was dead, but I just got my W off to get that survival. But let's look into the gold, sorry. Got distracted. So total gold. So I currently have the second least damage on my team, second least gold on my team, because I've been not involved in that much stuff. I've been involved in 6 kills when, you know, he's been involved in 13, now more, 14. She's been farming. So, like, no, it's not broke, because, like, in brackets is the total amount of gold. So, compared to my lane opponent, I've got 900 more gold. But Gragas has got a hell of a lot of gold. Bot lane's got a lot of gold, because they obviously got first blood tower, maybe? I don't know. We're farming okay, though. I have no idea how I don't have enough, like, crazy amount of gold. I don't understand that the Caitlyn's 1,000 more gold ahead of me when she's only got 2 more kills. Anyway, that's weird. Infernal Dragon is the next dragon up, so we definitely want that. We've already got 1 Mountain, so Mountain and Infernal is arguably the best combo of dragons in the game. Baiting the enemy team into me, they do actually get flanked, I guess, by the Gragas. He is going a little bit too ham. I do get a nice ultimate that hits both of them. The Gragas, again, did fly a little bit too close to the sun. We finish off the Brom. Going to try and pick up the Cogmore, flash over the wall. Just going to run away because Caitlyn decided to ult him, and we do end up picking up both of them. But yeah, what I'd say again about the enemy bot lane, they were very cocky. They were typing in all chat, but they isolated themselves a lot this game. Is that because they were cocky and they thought they were going to win for free, you know, diving my bot lane in the first 5 minutes and that, they didn't play with their team a lot of the time. They played together, which then made them get caught a lot. So, swings and roundabouts with cockiness, I guess. Infernal Dragon is up. Now, you'll see me absolutely spam picking. Stop doing it. The reason why, there's a Jax still alive with Smite. Our Gragas is nowhere near. But luckily, we see Jax go for his red buff, so me and Tahm Kench are like, ooh, how you doing? So we're going to come over, going to try and kill him. So going to just do a bit of damage. He does pick up the red buff. I go for an ultimate play. And unfortunately, the Tahm Kench was a little bit too slow in throwing him out, but it was actually kind of funny. The Tahm Kench actually, I was saying in the commentary, damn, it would have been cool if he threw him out into my ultimate, and if you see he was standing still just there, he was typing the exact same thing. He was like, damn, it would have been cool if I did that. It was like, yeah, it would have been really cool. But we got Infernal Dragon. Again, don't risk dragons when you don't need to. Like, they was the Caitlyn and the Leona were starting it when we had Vision of Jax nearby. Don't risk it. Again, you're winning the game. You've got some dragons. You've got pressure. Just wait. Be patient when you're already ahead. If the Jax was dead, go for it. If he's the other side of the map, go for it. But not when he's nearby with Smite. Renekton in top lane, getting 2v1. Caitlyn goes for a flash play, does pick him off and finish him off, so there we go. Tahm Kench, by the way, ulting, it was a bit weird. He uses ultimate a lot of the time just for getting around the map, so it was a bit like, Go for an ultimate play. Cogmore, really bad positioning there. Gets caught under the tower for quite a lot of hits. Leona lands a nice stun, and we're going to finish off the Cogmore quite nicely. But you see what I mean? The enemy bot lane is always alone. They're never grouped. It's what they did the whole game. Oh, another point that I would have made in the live commentary, I'm trying to think of what I kind of said, because it was a good commentary, is at the beginning of the game, the Caitlyn, if I'm not mistaken, while she went alone for some reason, spoke about mastery. And she was like, oh, the Azir's got 250,000 mastery, and 3 of them or something have mastery 7 scores. And I was like, that means nothing. Like, just, again, I've made whole league discussions about it. Mastery means literally nothing when it comes to how good somebody is. Again, I don't mean to be crude. I don't mean to be, you know, blunt. But this is silver. 250,000 mastery score for somebody who is still in silver or gold means they're probably not even that good with the champion. So, yeah, that's just something I thought is worth noting. Get a nice ultimate on him. May even have hit the Jax on the way. Get a nice bind, but he does get out. Gragas going back on the Cogmore. Gonna go for the kill on him, and we do get it, and he should get out or at least survive the true damage. Unfortunately, because we were a little bit tunneling on over here, I didn't see Tahm was in trouble. Unfortunately, I don't think my W was on cooldown to save him in time. but I probably would have run there a little bit quicker if I had known. So that's unfortunate. But again, the Caitlyn is being alone quite a lot at the moment. She went alone in top lane for some reason. Now she's alone in mid lane, so she's going to be very careful. Caitlyn is not a very good alone champion. She gets caught out, and she has very few survival techniques. You know, she's got an E, I guess. She's got Trap, but Trap doesn't instantly cast, like, trap them. And E, you could, like, miss, I guess. And it's not even that far of a distance to get shot. But anyway, we're 507. The game's going pretty good. We finished our Ludens, obviously. And if you'll notice the boots that we've gone for cooldown reduction boots. Because I value my ultimate very highly on Lux. The combo, QER, or wherever combo you want to do, is very, very valuable. Kog'Maw again, mispositioning. Go for the ultimate, finishing him off. His positioning is interesting. Nearly get the bind there. But yeah, my ultimate combo is the bread and butter of Lux. So getting the 40% cooldown reduction to me is really important. We've got, I think, Transcendence, so I'll be gaining any bonus AP for above the 40% cooldown reduction cap. But generally, that's the way that we want to go. Now, also, we're about, I don't know, 5-ish minutes away from the DC moment. So I'm really looking forward to this. So what I'm going to do is actually going to speed up the game, because I don't think a crazy amount happens in the next couple minutes. Like, you can see we're hovering around Baron, not really doing anything. We'll slow it back down to normal speed. We can see Jax. They may be trying to lay a trap or something. I'm going to push up the mid lane. Just so, like, you know, we have some pressure. Again, you don't really want to group in jungles if your lane isn't pressuring as well, because then you don't know where they are. Kog'Maw, again, from memory, was still typing in all chat there. Get a nice Gragas ult combo with him. Unfortunately, don't finish him off, but still, that's not bad. Nearly get a kill. He actually dies before my ultimate hits him once again. And this is, honestly, I'm partially happy with, like, how... I know it sounds bad, badly the enemy bot lane is doing because of their attitudes. I bet the Caitlyn, who has made a lot of mistakes this game, being alone, didn't attack the right target, that type of thing, I bet she's the happiest. I bet she's, like, so happy that, like, she got bashed in all chat by these guys that were diving them pre-5 minutes, but then they're beating them now. I bet that's always a great feeling when you beat those type of people, because they're the people that, like, rub it into your face. You don't need to say anything back to them. The best way to beat those people, you just win, and you win with grace, and that's it. End of. They'll be frustrated as hell. But there we go. Get a nice inhibitor. Unfortunately, Leona tries to 2v1 or something in the top lane. Probably not the best idea. But I'm going to head up top lane because I'm like, Gragas is coming. He's staying top lane for that tower. Probably can get this kill. He's probably going to get the tower, obviously, but getting a kill would be nice. And obviously, Baron is potentially on the table pretty soon. He ultimates, get the full combo on him. Again, sometimes you want to use your combo just to finish off people, but if you can 100% land the damage, you may as well land the damage. I missed my last 2 spells, but we get the kill anyway. And my bot lane is staying a bot for now. So that's a nice kill. He gets the tower, but it's a nice, like, little bonus thing. Gonna go back to mid lane. Kog'Maw is around. Gragas gets a nice engage on him. I get a nice root on him, so he can't go anywhere. Gragas will finish him off by his ultimate once again. Kog'Maw now has 10 deaths. Get a nice bind on the Brom. Gragas very low health, but he does finish him off with his Q. So there we go. A lot of rage pings happening. I'm guessing it's the Kog'Maw and the Brom raging at the Azir for not going in. With that, yeah, probably. But that was just not a good time to go in because Kog'Maw got caught straight away. Somehow Caitlyn does die, unfortunately. What looks to be in a 2v1, but maybe Tamken's just got there. They do finish him off right there at the end. And Mountain Dragon is the next dragon they are doing straight away. Going to be looking for potentially a pick on Azir. Don't manage to get it. But yeah, you've basically seen basic Lux is what I want to say. You do okay in the lane phase. Nothing special. Lux is not a special lane phase champion. But then you just use your abilities to catch people, pick people, poke people. That's Lux. And then what I'd say with the comparison that we've had with Azir, Azir to me does all that, but then does better in lane phase. Azir can beat people in lane phase easier than a Lux can. Because, you know, Lux, part of her kit is that auto attack. I don't want to get near people with that auto attack, really, especially like against an Azir. That would hurt. Where Xerath doesn't have to do that. His only auto attack thing is to get mana back from his passive that you can do it on minions. So that's one thing I would say. Use my ultimate on the blue because, you know, it's a 30-something cooldown, 39-second cooldown. So by the time I go back and buy and then run to wherever we're going, it's going to be roughly nearly back up anyway. So Baron is on the table right now. We've got middle inhibitor obviously pushing super minions in. Renekton is over here. And this is the fight, I believe, that makes me DC. Tam Kench is still in top lane, Caitlyn is still in mid lane, and they are fighting a big outnumbered battle, unfortunately. I'm coming from the bottom to see if I can pick anybody off. get the Jax. I probably could have gone for an ultimate play. Oh, it's actually not on cooldown, so that's probably why I didn't. And now this is where the fight could get a bit tricky. So it is, the DC moment is really soon, by the way. Alright, so here we go. Jax is in the middle of the fight. So is everybody going to be going for a big ultimate play. Unfortunately, I didn't hit the Kog'Maw with the Q, but I did get him with the ultimate. Got Caitlyn with me in the backline. Jax is spinning in Tahm Kench's mouth. Fight is continuing, but I'm like, we can win this. I get the bind on the Kog'Maw. Renekton comes from the backline, but that actually does finish off the Caitlyn, unfortunately. Kog'Maw is still there, but I do hit a nice Q. Do actually manage to pick him off. Azero doesn't hit anything. I flash over the Azero, get some nice damage, and 3, 2, boom, I'm gone. I'm done. My power has gone. So I now just want to see what happens. Do I just die? I just die. Tahm Kench might pick up the Azir though. Probably not. So what I'm going to do is throw it over to my earlier self now. And I'm gone. I'm going to throw it to my earlier self. And I will admit I'm a little bit panicked. And a little bit kind of all over the place. But hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so hey guys. So I don't know what just happened. I just had a power cut. I have no idea if I've just lost all the footage from the game or not. But I'm back in the game. So yeah, sorry, this is going to be a mess. So what I'll say is if I've lost all the footage of what I just played, and this game, by the way, has been pretty good, then I'll do a post-game commentary up to now. So I'll skip to that now. But if I've still got the footage, which I don't know if I do, then you would obviously have seen that. But yeah, just had a power cut. I haven't had a power cut in 2 years. I have no idea. I don't know what happened when I was gone. What happened when I was gone? Power cut. Oh my god, that sucks, man. And it was actually in a really important place. It was around Baron, and it was a really close fight. So that's my first death. Oh, that's annoying. Wait, I killed one when I was DC'd? They were really low. Oh, I literally can't believe I DC'd. No. So, okay, so again, this game's a mess, but basically just to kind of say what's happened this game, people, especially this Caitlyn, keeps going alone. And it's causing a lot of headaches. She's done it, I think, 3 or 4 times, which, it should be none. Don't go alone. Ugh. How much damage do I need? How much damage does this do? It does about the same as Smite. I needed to be earlier. They really did that quick. Oh, I can't believe the Caitlyn and Tahm got caught. And well, especially the Caitlyn again. Okay, let's move everybody in position. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so disorientated from getting a power cut. I just need to hold them off. That was a bad Greg assault. Problem is, this Gragas is actually quite squishy now. Nice. Good Leona ult. Jax is on Dragon. Yeah, we can fight. Why is Jax fighting? Wait, why is he on me? Whoa, he really wanted me, huh? Okay, whoa. I'm so disoriented with what the hell's going on now. I apologize that this episode's going to be a mess, but like we've had recently a crash of OBS that I missed an episode because of it. And now we've got this. That's now made this episode go weird. Bam! I don't know if we can end. Probably not. But I do have ultimate again pretty soon. Nah, we're pushing against Baron, you know. Okay. Well, that gets us back on track. Because we're winning the game. I don't even know if my DC probably made anything bad happen. I don't think so. I just had to flick the switcher thing back on when the power goes out. And then power came back on pretty much instantly. But something must have tripped it. Okay, well, what a messy episode. I haven't checked if I've still got the footage. You're still alone! I haven't checked if the footage is gone. Because, again, I didn't obviously save it. The power just went out, so I have no idea at all. If we can get that pick, that would actually be really good for us. A pick at this stage of the game is fantastic. Oh. That Kog'Maw keeps mispositioning. Which is a good thing for us, but not if Caitlyn... Like, again, we can't do anything with it, because we're never pushing. Guys, stop with the CC, guys. We should not CC a Kog'Maw. What are you on about? We're on the enemy team. I will say again, I don't know if I've lost footage, but I actually did mute the bot lane, the enemy bot lane, earlier in the game. They are big, big, big all-typers, and yeah, it's relatively easy to tilt all-typers by basically just kind of ignoring them. Good survival. Nice auto. That's probably the game. We should look to end. Lovely. And that's probably the game. So again, I have no idea how this game is going to be on YouTube. No idea. I had a power cut about, you know, 3/4 the way in the game. We've had a solid game on Lux though. So yeah, I'll try and work out how the episode's going to be. But hopefully it's a good episode. Apologies. But I do try to make every episode viewable. And if it's recoverable, I'll try to recover it. But I have no idea. It's just a mess. I'll go to the Gragas. He actually played quite well. Oh, okay. We went 27 LP, 10-1-12, 10-1-22, sorry. S minus 211 farm, and then damage done, doing the most damage by quite a bit. So yeah, I'm going to go and see if the footage is even there. And if it's not, then I guess I'll have to record a post-game commentary for like the first 2/3 of the game. And then you're seeing this at the end. Yeah, that's annoying. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it was a good game, an episode. Hopefully it's not too messy. I know it was probably like, what the hell's going on? You know, power cuts, man. I literally haven't had one in probably about 2 years. And then I get one in the middle of a recording. That sucks. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. See you.